do the roll call? We're going to call today's meeting to order. Please do the roll call.
Chair Turner, excused. Vice Chair Calderon,
Here.
Commissioner Rice, excused. Commissioner Emanuel,
Here.
Sheriff Designee Aaron Contreras, excused. Public Works Designee Matthew Meyer,
Here.
Commissioner Swadling,
Here.
Commissioner Lang,
Here.
Commissioner Stamper.
Here.
Thank you. Vice Chair, you have a quorum.
Thank you. Let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Regarding the compliance with the open meeting law, the meeting has been properly noticed and posted at the following locations in accordance with the noticing standards as outlined in the NRS 241-020, the City of Las Vegas website, the Nevada Public Notice website, the Civic Center, Building A at 525 South Main Street, the first floor, and also at City Hall, 495 South Main Street, the first floor. As far as the public comment during this portion of the agenda must be limited to the matters on the agenda for action. If you wish to be heard, please come forward, give your name for the record. The amount of discussion as well as the amount of time for any single speaker is allowed may be limited. Is there anybody in the audience that would like to come up and speak on any of the agenda items? Please do so.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Kelly McCartney Peroni. I'm a resident located at 5012 Maverick Street. I'm here to vote for my vote on allowing speed bumps to be installed on La Madre Way. I would like to point out the reason that we do vote, that we request this item to be heard and the installation is due to the speeding of vehicles from a few of the streets from Torrey Pines, Gold Streak Way to Jones Drive. There is an elementary school located the northern street from La Madre, a block away, and so it is a concern to the residents, as mainly ourselves, but other residents as well, to have the speed bumps installed to prevent any accidents.
Has there been many incidents that you're aware of there?
I am aware of a couple instances over the years. There's been several calls for vehicles doing the Brodies in the streets. And one vehicle accident was a few years ago, I don't know the date, but a vehicle was stolen and smashed into a brick wall at the corner of Maverick Street, La Madre, and close to Gold Street.
Okay. Any other comments, Kelly?
Nope.
All right, thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Appreciate it. Yes, sir. Come on up for. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. My name is Mike Breckline. I happen to live at 713 Salem Drive, and I'm here to tell you I'm in favor of getting some speed bumps on Salem Drive between Charleston and Alta. I've lived in my house for 38 years, and over the past 10 years, we've seen an increased amount of traffic in that neighborhood on that street. And let's just put it this way, if I had $1 for everybody doing over 30 miles an hour,
Be a rich man.
I'd be a rich man. I'd be driving a Lamborghini. The only thing I would like to say is I looked at the map that was sent out to everybody, and we have 5 speed bumps slated for Salem Drive. 3 between Evergreen and Charleston, which is heading south, and 2 between Evergreen and Alta, which heads north. That's my section. I really think, looking at the map, I don't know, do you all have a map in front of you?
Yes.
Okay, I was gonna say, I brought a couple.
Yeah, looking between Evergreen and Elta, you got 2, and then between Charleston and Evergreen, there's 3.
Right. Now, my first concern is if I'm on Evergreen and I'm one of the, hold on, gotta say it right, can't say nothing bad. If I'm one of the speeders on that street, okay, and I'm on Evergreen and I turn south on Salem, there's a speed bump right there. That's a good thing. But then there's a large gap between that speed bump and the second speed bump.
Going north.
And I got a funny feeling, I'll bet you Starbucks coffee, that somebody will go over that speed bump and then will accelerate and hit their brakes at the next one. So that little section may see a higher amount of speed. Now, I may be wrong. I've been wrong twice in my life, but, I would think maybe there should be a 4th speed bump. And by the way, I know these things probably cost a lot of money. I can only guess. But maybe a 4th speed bump's halfway between the first and the second. Or maybe scooch the first one down a little bit, a house or 2. I don't know. Now, the section I'm in, which is between Evergreen and Alta, there's 2. And that's okay, but real and truly, personally, I'd like to see the first one scooch down towards Evergreen a little bit, right past my house, and then another one put between Bourbon and Brandywine. And I think that would slow everybody down. In the 38 years I've lived on that street, there's been 5 accidents on that street. One of my friends who don't live there anymore, he had one of those Mack trucks that deliver all the tools.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, we had a inebriated driver slam right into the back end of that truck, and then backed up and took off.
Right, okay. All right, well, once we get into it, we'll see what the reports were from the ones that did the study
Okay.
on that street there, okay?
Okay,
Thank you for your comments, appreciate
I
it.
didn't hit the lottery or I would buy the speed bumps.
It takes a lottery to pay for it.
Any idea what they cost? Just curiosity.
Yeah, I think the last quote was, what, 60,000?
What?
For-
Well, they're about 10 to 15,000 per set.
Per set, okay, yeah, so when you
Per
put
set.
3 or so on the street,
Okay, I didn't bring that much with me today in my wallet.
yeah,
All right, thank you.
you're welcome. Anyone else have any comments they'd like to make at this time? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on. Section 5, discussion of possible action to install speed cushions on 10th Street between Franklin Avenue and, okay, well, I skipped item 4. What we need to do is to get a motion to accept the minutes from the previous meeting of June 26th. So I'll allow a couple minutes for you to look that over if there's any changes that need to be made.
This is Commissioner Swadling. I make a motion to accept those minutes.
Okay, we have a motion. Is there a second?
I second.
Got a second? All those in favor signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Aye. Motion carries. Okay, now on to item 5. Discussion of possible action to install speed cushions on 10th Street between Franklin Avenue and Charleston Boulevard.
Okay, for the record, I am Sean Robinson, Acting City Traffic Engineer for the City of Las Vegas, and I will discuss the proposed traffic calming measures on 10th Street between Franklin Avenue and Charleston Boulevard. In 2025, a citizen raised concerns about speeding and cut-through traffic on 10th Street between Franklin Avenue and Charleston Boulevard, and our Transportation Engineering Division conducted a comprehensive study reviewing traffic volumes, speeds, and crashes along this segment. We collected data and applied our criteria for traffic calming elements. We also solicited feedback from households by sending mailers to 34 properties fronting 10th Street, since these households would likely interact with the proposed traffic calming elements daily, and their input was very valuable. We received responses from 7 households that supported the installation, while none opposed it. The remaining 27 households did not respond, which we would consider them as neutral. So our study evaluation revealed that the posted speed limit on 10th Street is 25 miles per hour. The average speed on 10th Street from our study between Franklin Avenue and Charleston Boulevard is 22 miles per hour with an 85th percentile speed of 32 miles per hour. 100% of the 10th Street frontage is residential, and what we noticed was approximately 50% of the traffic on 10th Street is identified as cut-through traffic. These findings indicate that 10th Street is experiencing significant cut-through traffic volumes, and despite the relatively low speeding concerns, we do consider and warrant the consideration for traffic calming elements to protect the residential character of the road due to the cut-through traffic. To address the excessive cut-through traffic, we recommend installing speed cushions, and speed cushions are similar to traditional speed humps, but have gaps that enable large emergency vehicles to pass through without delays. And according to the Institute of Transportation Engineers, these traffic calming elements can reduce speeding and cut-through traffic. The City of Las Vegas Fire Department supports the installation, ensuring that we still follow our standards and specifications set forward from our standard details. So the staff recommendation would be the Transportation Engineering Division recommends installing speed cushions on 10th Street between Franklin Avenue and Charleston Boulevard. The speed cushions will be installed pending future funding, and this recommendation aligns with our neighborhood transportation management plan. The Transportation Engineering Division believes that these traffic calming measures will improve safety and quality for the residents living along this road. If you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them now.
Any commissioners have any questions? Seeing none, is there a motion to accept?
This is Commissioner Swadling. I make a motion to install the speed cushions on 10th Street between Franklin Avenue and Charleston Boulevard.
Is there a second?
Second.
We have a second. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 6, discussion for possible action to install speed cushions on La Madre Way between Torrey Pines Drive and Jones Boulevard.
For the record, I am Sean Robinson, Acting City Traffic Engineer for the City of Las Vegas, and I'll be discussing traffic calming measures on La Madre Way between Torrey Pines and Jones Boulevard. In 2025, a citizen raised concerns about speeding and donuts on La Madre between Torrey Pines and Charleston Boulevard, and our Transportation Engineering Division conducted a comprehensive study to review volume, speeds, and crashes along the segment, and we collected data and applied our criteria for traffic calming measures. We solicited feedback from households by sending 40 to 43 properties fronting and adjacent to La Madre Way, since these households would likely interact with the proposed traffic calming elements, and we value their input. We received responses from 10 households that supported the installation and 2 opposed it. The remaining 31 households did not respond, which we would consider neutral. The speed limit on La Madre Way is 25 miles per hour, and our study revealed that the speed recorded was the average speed was 36 miles per hour. The 85th percentile was 45 miles per hour, which is 20 miles per hour over the speed limit. Approximately 5% of the average daily traffic on La Madre Way was identified as cut-through traffic. The data indicates that La Madre Way experiences significant speeding concerns despite having relatively cut-through traffic volumes. Recommendation would be to install speed cushions, as this is recognized from the Institute of Transportation Engineers, to reduce cut-through traffic and speeding. And City of Las Vegas Fire Department supports the installation, ensuring that the speed cushions meet all our required specifications set forth by the City of Las Vegas. The Transportation Engineering Division recommends installing speed cushions on La Madre between Torrey Pines and Jones Boulevard. The speed cushions would be installed pending future funding, and the recommendation aligns with our neighborhood transportation management plan. So I'll take any questions that you have at this time.
Commissioners have any questions in regards to this item? Seeing none, is there a motion to accept?
Commissioner Lang, I make a motion to accept the recommendation for the speed cushions on La Madre Way.
Is there a second?
This is Commissioner Emanuel, I second.
All those in favor signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 7, discussion for possible action to install speed cushions on Salem Drive between Charleston Boulevard and Elta Drive.
For the record, I am Sean Robinson, Acting City Traffic Engineer for the City of Las Vegas, and I'll discuss the proposed traffic calming measures on Salem Drive between Charleston Boulevard and Alta Drive. In 2025, a citizen raised concerns about speeding on Salem Drive between Charleston Boulevard and Alta Drive. Our Transportation Engineering Division conducted a comprehensive study reviewing traffic volume, speeds, and crashes along the segment, and we collected data and applied our criteria for traffic calming elements. We also solicited feedback from the households by sending mailers to 60 properties fronting and adjacent to Salem Drive, since these households would interact with proposed traffic calming elements daily. We received responses from 13 households that supported the installation, while none opposed it. The remaining 47 households did not respond, which we would consider neutral. Our study finding revealed that the posted speed limit on Salem Drive is 25 miles per hour. The average speed on Salem Drive between Charleston Boulevard and Alta Drive is 30 miles per hour, with the 85th percentile speed of 40 miles per hour. This indicates that the majority of the motorists are traveling 20% more above the posted speed limit. Approximately 45% of the traffic on Salem Drive is identified as cut-through traffic. These findings demonstrate that Salem Drive is experiencing both significant cut-through traffic and speeding concerns, warning consideration for traffic calming elements. To address excessive speeding, we recommend installing speed cushions. Speed cushions are similar to traditional speed humps, but have gaps to enable large emergency vehicles to pass through without delays. And this is a recognized best practice from the Institute of Transportation Engineers. The City of Las Vegas and the City of Las Vegas Fire Department supports the installation, ensuring that speed cushions meet all the required specifications set forward by the City of Las Vegas standards. The Transportation Engineering Division recommends installing speed cushions on Salem Drive between Charleston Boulevard and Alta Drive, and the speed cushions would be installed pending future funding. This recommendation aligns with our Neighborhood Transportation Management Plan, and I'll take any questions that you might have.
I have a question. What discussion is made as far as where these speed bumps would be placed? Just answering kind of the question that Mike asked earlier about the location of them.
So Sean Robinson, Assistant City Traffic Engineer, and I'll go back to the slide. So the spacing that we did is in coordination. If there's a fronting driveway for houses, we try to put them in at the property lines of them, so they're not directly in front of driveways. So that's one of the first things that we try to look for. And we can certainly look at those spacing a little bit more in detail. The spacing comes from best practices from a design guide from the Institute of Transportation Engineers, which is around 400 to 600 foot spacing between the speed cushions, and that's typically how we space them. But we understand the concern that was raised, and we can look at maybe moving those slightly. But they're generally around 400 to 600 foot between them.
So that's usually the standard then, as far as the spacing?
That's what's recommended. And just to the gentleman's point, the reason that they're spaced that way is so that you can't necessarily get up to that speed again before you hit the next vertical hump in the road.
And to also answer his question, at that time, you mentioned it was 15,000 per speed bump, correct?
Correct. So that's why.
That's why I mentioned 60,000, because I was looking at 4 of them there at 15,000 each, but now I see you have 5.
Yeah. So we because it is tax-paying money. Generally, this is how it's funded. We are very respectful of how many that we put in, and we don't want to overdo it, but we can definitely look at the spacing if it means sliding it a little bit. As he had mentioned, if it's coming off of Alta, that's definitely something that we can look at, but we generally try to space them about 400 to 600 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, Sean, that's another question I had. The first item, we put in 2 cushions. The second one was 3 cushions. This time it's 5. That's just because of the length of the street, correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
Any commissioners have any other questions? Seeing none, is there a motion?
Commissioner Stamper, I move to approve.
Is there a second?
Well, hold on.
Go ahead.
I've got it.
You want
Sorry.
ahead?
Approve item 6,
7.
sorry, item 7, knowing there'll be further discussion about the humps north of Evergreen. Thank you.
Is there a second now?
Commissioner Emmanuel, I second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Move to item 8, citizen participation. Public comment during this portion of the agenda must be limited to matters within the jurisdiction of this commission. No subject may be acted upon by the commission unless the subject is on an agenda and is scheduled for action. If you wish to be heard, come forward, give your name for the record, and the amount of discussion on any single subject, as well as the amount of time of any single speaker allowed may be limited. Anybody like to come up at this time? Okay, seeing that there are none, move on to item 9. Is there a motion to adjourn? Okay, we'll adjourn this meeting at 1:21. Commission is adjourned. Quick meeting.